Gentlemen, start your engines.
Before we pit on pit stop, we're leaving.
Right there, sounds good. And they're wanting to crank them up. This connector.
Pace car is off. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series going racing on the road course in Watkins Glen. See right there an example, Marcus Ambrose, and because of his reputation, dove down into one, got out of Jimmy Johnson's mirror sight, and Jimmy actually gave him room when Ambrose probably wasn't there. Johnson's going to hold the spot right now. That's a tricky part of the racetrack to try and make a pass in up through the S's, high speed, uphill, narrow.
That's just a smart move on Johnson's part because it's still early, and he might end up just giving the spot to Ambrose if he feels like he's going to have to play defense every corner.
And Jeff actually now saying in the radio the car is really, really loose off, trying to hang on. Although Jeff Gordon is a four-time winner here, he has not had a top 10 finish at Watkins Glen the last 5 times he's been here. He knows they need a top 5 today to try to hang on to that wild card spot.
Hey, McMurray, trouble. That is at the inner loop where he is. The damage on the left side of the car probably tells me he had some trouble under the S's somewhere. That's where I would guess that trouble happened. Possibly might have blown a tire.
You can see the crease in the door where the guardrail, where he got up against the guardrail.
By 2.
There's nowhere good for that tire to blow, but that's one of the worst spots.
Back time.
That's Kurt Busch in the 51, left rear. Looks like it's coming apart on that car.
Left rear tire just blew out.
Broke right off the car.
Left rear tire just fell off.
Yeah, that's looks like the wheel's still intact. Looks like all the logos must have fell off.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Yep, see all the wheel spacers flying off of it.
Tony Stewart is going to have a big hole to dig out of in this race. Remember we were talking earlier about pit penalties and only 2 top 10 finishes on road courses in a while? Tony just served a pit penalty for this.
Yeah, this is going to leave a mark. Yeah, it's just you're trying to get that car full, and it's so important to try to get every ounce of gas in it, so you leave it in just a little longer. But these cans are really hard to disconnect if they're on an angle. Just moved by Kyle Busch on the outside in turn 2. Not going to get it done, though. He does. Wow. He makes that work. That is incredible.
We saw Carl Edwards do that to take the lead, actually, yesterday and go on to win the nationwide race, but that's pretty strong in one of these Sprint Cup cars. Juan Pablo Montoya slowed from 6th position. Something wrong with the pole-sitting car, the 42. He's trying to make his way back to the pit lane. There he is.
Something broke in the right front. Something broke in the right front.
Doc, here he is.
Yeah, after the pit stop, Alan, he went out and said the car just got very, very tight, and suddenly it wouldn't turn at all. Said something's got to be broken in the right front. They're going to come down and jack it up. Actually, talked about raising the hood and taking a look.
Yeah, Doc, I think they're going to find it's the left front.
Yeah, because it's the left front. He said right front a moment ago, but they're going to look in the left front. And, Andy, never a good sign because the driver goes out immediately, DJ, and they know when you break something, the thing won't turn when it has to on a road course, right there.
Yeah, what happened, it looks like it may have been a lower control arm that has broken. It's one of the control arms. And like I said, it's just hitting these curbs. Everything about this style of racing is so hard on the car. Right there it is.
Something broke. Something broke in the right front. Something broke in the right front.
Clint Boyer, our in-race reporter, running 9th, but reporting a problem on that machine. Mike?
Yeah, and all was smooth until moments ago when he radioed in saying he's got problems with his brakes. The pedal awfully squishy. Said he went all the way to the floor at one point and had nothing. So very much a concern there for the 15.
Gordon, who's lost a handful of positions in the last few laps, that 24 car not to his liking. Marcus Ambrose as we go for the lead.
What a surprise. Marcus Ambrose is leading at Watkins Glen.
And actually, Steve Addington told his driver, said, hey, Tony, we got some rain about 20 minutes out. I want to hustle a little bit. So now Tony on the move.
Now hustling he has to after a penalty on his pit stop when they carried the fuel can out of the pit box that sent Tony Stewart back to 25th. He's now up to 9th spot.
Well, he saddled up and rode that thing to the front, didn't he?
Caution for oil, possibly from this 11 car. Well, I'm going to not say possibly anymore.
Yeah, that's a blown engine for sure. You see fire under the hood or under the car.
And Denny Hamlin's nightmare at Watkins Glen of the last few years continues.
Another engine failure.
6th straight finish outside of the top 30 on a road course for Denny Hamlin.
All right, headed going green, Alan.
22 to go, Doc. Greg Biffle, the aggressive move to the inside of Marcos Ambrose. Kyle Busch forced wide.
First yet. Ambrose with the move.
Big dive to the inside. He's going to try and get 2 of them at once.
That's incredible. He got 2 cars in one corner.
I think Boyer has more of a problem than what they were talking about a minute ago because he didn't get down in that corner very hard at all.
Earlier, Tony Stewart goes for a spin. Into the inside wall at pit entry.
Caution is out.
Question is, did he get some help?
So he got a lot of damage too.
Yeah, inside of the inside guardrail there, right to the entry of pit road.
So Tony was second. Marcos Ambrose was third.
Nope, he just lost it.
And how he spun and didn't catch after he bounced off the inside guardrail, the end of that pit wall too. That was pretty fortunate. Watch this. Bang, and the car straightens up and he catches it without hitting anything else.
So just use our heads here. We got to do a big fixture here. We got a long way to go here, so save your tires. Like driving a Cadillac up here at the boss there with the boys here. Yeah, it's nice up there, ain't it?
16 laps to go, 3 wide for the race lead, turn 1.
Wow, what a move by Kyle Busch.
Not done yet. Now it is.
Boyer and Biffle have a little contact there.
You know, it's interesting, just before that restart, Kyle said that the car was handling different aerodynamically than it had been earlier in the race, and crew chief Dave Rogers told him we hadn't changed anything on the car, so they thought it was track position. So they said, well, we'll see what we can do. And on that restart, he passed them both. He got the track position he needed.
Here comes Marcos Ambrose in the 9, back up to make it a 3-way fight.
Yeah, I can see Keselowski get loose right there on that left-hander.
Oh, speaking of loose. Little
See if he tries to outbrake him right here, though. Ambrose is great at this. Oh, little wheel hop.
Tight squeeze.
Kyle Busch is loving what he's seeing there. Oh, Ambrose not able to take it. Keselowski slips a little.
This is going to get out of hand quick.
Not much doubt what was going to happen right there if he could make it through the corner.
Clear behind him.
And he does.
There you go.
Oh, Junior.
Coming there, man.
That's at turn 5.
That basically happened coming out of the inner loop where you're in the gas and turning back to the right. It cost Junior probably 12, 13 spots here.
Here's a look.
It looks like he just came out of there a little too high, not much grip. There's a lane and a half there is about all that you have. It looked like he might have just got, as he came out of that inner loop, just a little bit on the high side, and as you try to go to the power, got out from under him.
10th to 22nd for Dale Jr., just like that.
just looking at our points, and there's a long way to go to that. But that one incident right there where he was tied for first, now he's fourth in the points.
Have to go. Keselowski aggressively after Ambrose. Here he goes for second.
He's got position on him in the right place.
He made a great move through the inner loop. He slid that thing through there and jumped back in the gas. He could see that Ambrose's car was really going away.
That 9's bobbing around.
I see the 18 moving around like he might be out of fuel.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Andy. I was wondering if he was running out of fuel here.
Coming to the white flag.
I'll tell you, the two cars close that gap.
1 lap to go. Kyle Busch, defensive line into turn 1.
There's something wrong with the 18.
Now Ambrose trying to get second from Keselowski while he tries to get the lead from Kyle. Contact in the S's.
It's right. Got you.
Dangerous spot on the track for Kyle to be sideways. Looks like he gets off to the guardrail. No caution yet. Here's the race for the lead.
Keselowski's got damage on the left front.
Is the tire going to make it all the way around? And will the 9 help him? Everybody's in the grass.
No, you're clear. Dig.
That might have been the race right there. We'll see. No, Keselowski's slower. Keselowski's got a problem. Trying to stay with Ambrose. 2 final corners. Do they use the bumpers? A nudge, a push. Can Ambrose save it? To the checkered flag. Who gets here first?
Clear.
Ambrose, 9. Keselowski, 2. Final corner. Marcos Ambrose is going to win at Watkins Glen in a remarkable last lap turn of events. Let's go back again and look at the crazy turn of events at the finish of this race. After Kyle Busch slid wide off turn 7 and in turn 1 gave up the lead to Keselowski, it was taken from him by Ambrose. And then they raced the final 2 corners.
You can see right here, Brad Keselowski thinks he might have it there, but he's in that oil again. Oil was just all over this racetrack, slipping and sliding. When I thought Kyle Busch maybe had a tire going down or something, he was just in oil and couldn't get any traction.
And these two drivers right here that went to the checker flag just did an incredible job, and so did Kyle Busch. He just was a victor.